Alright everybody, Big Faye Plus, and welcome back to BygMan Plays Planescape Torment. Last left off, I fought, Angus, and then I did this part talking with the Practical Incarnation. I goofed. I actually skipped some key dialogue options because I was in a rush to complete it before the end of the time. I should have just been patient, but you know me. So we're going to redo this time with the proper dialogue choices. Dialogue choices that this frickin' walkthrough does not tell you! So we're going to start with, you're the one who saved Dakan at Shraktor, the one who imprisoned Valor, the one who led Deanira to her death. We want to question him about all of these. You gave Dakan the Unbroken Circle of Zerthamon. Why? The Unbroken Circle? That collection of lies? Yes, it was weeks worth to forge the thing. It's necessary to make it so he would cease doubting himself. You made it, but you told him. Perhaps they carry some truth, I know not. I know they were tedious writings, but the words were enough to give him faith. Why? Your ignorance astounds me! Man looks incredulous. Can it be that you not know what he carries in his hand? That blade he carries is shaped by his thoughts. Such a tool, when used properly, could slay the multiverse itself. Man looks lost in thought, and his face stares in disgust. Though obviously the gift became separated when we arrived in the fortress, and I was unable to make use of his blade. Man frowns. Fortunate. Something else I would know. Now you want to ask him about everything. Okay, first of all, what was your purpose saving Dakan at Shraktor? Oh, we already did that one. Okay. You're the one who led Deanira to her death. Man's eyes there. What of it? All of it was done with a purpose. Why did Deanira have to die? Deanira, that girl had little sense of the planes in her, and that was what I needed for her. You see, the dustmen have it right. Sometimes when you feel too much passion, you cling too tightly to life to let go. And neither did Deanira, as I hoped she would. That woman! That ghost! The henchman's eyes well up in fear. He had spittle flies from his mouth. She tormented me for years, pursuing me, hated me, and you were the one that killed her! Incarnation barely even glances at the Howling One and merely sneers. You blaming me for anything is laughable. He turns back to you. It wasn't out of malice, though she did become tiresome. It's just that when I arrived in the fortress, I didn't intend to stay. I wanted to get in, sacrifice her, and get out. Incarnation speaks softly. But he sounds pained. Why did you do such a terrible thing? I needed someone to be my eyes in here on the negative material plane. To serve as a scout and try to find out who my killer was. Only the dead can survive here for long, so Deanira had to be a sacrifice so that she become something other than she was. A tricky business, but it worked. And she helped you, didn't she? You didn't have to kill her. He looks at you silently for a moment, and then sneer turns to you. And that is why you will be defeated if you confront our killer. If necessary, it's because you are weak, and you do not see that some things are necessary. It wasn't necessary, it was convenient for you. You should have looked for other solutions. You dare lecture me? Women have always walked our path with us, whether Deanira or Avel or any other woman. And they have suffered. It was always their choice. Deanira would have died for me if I asked her to. There was no crime. Don't discuss this with you any longer than things would know. Let's see. Okay, we know about the... Okay, what was the purpose of imprisoning Valor? The man shakes his head as if weary. Valor was becoming tiresome. He gives a humorless smile. Those mercy killers' dogs will hunt you across the plains themselves, search of justice. And Valor was especially persistent hound. Incarnation's voice dropped slightly. He was much too close to justice for my taste. Why was he hunting us? Oh, any of countless reasons, some of which lie with me and others, which lie in the hands of the other incarnations. He flicks a glance over the incarnation who was howling when you first arrived. There have been many lives that have been blackened by incarnations with damaged minds. Some of us have created problems. I believe in solutions. Was he a threat? Oh, yes. Or else I would have simply killed him. He nods. There is some link between him and justice itself, and that gives him power even over immortals such as us. Man gives a slight smile, especially if our injustices are great, and ours are the blackest sort. Let's see. Tell me about Zachariah. The archer? Well, sodden Zachariah could see things with his eyes that I couldn't, and he could hit them with his arrows too. So... well, I was walking into this fortress blind in some ways. I didn't know what my killer was, so I needed someone who could see things I couldn't in case the enemy was beyond my visual range. Snarks. Zachariah ended up dying too fast, though, so he wasn't of any use in the end. Let's see here. 9. You built that tomb of East Sigil, didn't you? The one with the traps? I almost forgot! Yes, what a waste that was. Grenation seems irritated. Obviously that didn't work. And it cost a lot of blood and coin, too. Worthless! Second incarnation breaks into the uneven laughter. But more gleeful than mad. It was easy to breach that child's trap. I found it and changed it to make it harder. Changed the writings. First incarnation frowns at the second. He looks like he is barely restraining himself from attacking the other. Yet another thing you will answer for. Turns back to you. Though I suppose it doesn't matter. Well, shortly after the failure of the tomb trap, I decided to carry the battle to our killer rather than wait for him to show any longer. Okay, for more, let's see. Were you the... you can see, you were the one who pried Morty off the Pillar of Skulls? Is Morty still alive? Incarnation stares for a moment in disbelief. Then he starts laughing. Ha! That piking skull couldn't be trusted farther than I could throw him. Claiming he had information when he didn't. Then I had to go through the torment of prying him off the Pillar of Skulls. Then he feigned ignorance once he was off it. Incarnation scoffs. I humored him since he told me everything I needed from him. Feigned ignorance? Ah, yes. Man smiles. Once a liar, always a liar. It takes a stronger mind than the skulls to get me to laugh. Oh. What was this game? What more did he have to lie about? Incarnation smirks. This is no matter. Let the skull have his secrets. They're worthless to us. Let's see. Anything else I need to ask him? Make sure to ask about, let's see. Ask about killing Daenerys, Valor, Zechariah, Tomb of East Sigil, Morty, and now the Bronze Sphere. Farad? The Incarnation thinks for a moment. Ah, yes, the Trash King always tough bloods that thought I was easy prey. He smiles slightly as if recalling a pleasant memory. After only a little bloodletting, I struck a bargain with him. He would see to it that if his men found me, they would have taken me safely to the mortuary, and of course I needed the eyes and hands of his men to scour the catacombs with his Sigil for me. For the Bronze Sphere? Yes. I told Farrell it was the only thing that would save his miserable life. What a sniveling little dodger he was. The Incarnation smiles at you. You see, the old bastard was destined to end up on the Pillar of Skulls when he died, and he was desperately trying to weasel out of it. So I told him there was an item in these Sigil that would save him from his fate, if he could only find it. But it wouldn't save him, it's just something he wanted to find. Of course, it was useless to him. One cannot dodge fate so easily. He looks at you irritated. However, nothing motivates a man faster than telling him what he seeks will save his soul from eternal damnation. I intended to take it from him after he found it. It's just that searching for it myself would have taken too long. He smiles again. And why should I do it when I can have someone else do it for me? Actually, number one, he ended up tricking me into finding it for him. Why is it so important? Important? Do you not know? Incarnation aside from one. Do you have it with you? Yes, I brought it with me. You have it?! The Incarnation's eyes flare. Then your life is some use after all! Watch his eyes flicker as if thinking, calculating. When we merge, I will see about finding a means to unlock it. Perhaps not all is lost. What is the sphere? Why is it so important? Once again, 96,000. What is the sphere? Yeah, okay. It's Dead Sentry Stone. Do you know what it contains? Smiles eagerly. What's all the last experiences of the first of us? Well, we are the one man, not a string of incarnations. His voice drops. There's some way of unlocking it. I'll be able to see inside his mind. And see why all this happened? Yes. The Incarnation's face has become somber. It's the answer I've always sought. Why this happened? Why become immortal? He studies you. When we merge, I'll see about finding a means to unlock it. Perhaps not all is lost. Third Incarnation erupts. Perhaps there are no answers in such a thing. Perhaps there never was. I don't deal in the realms of perhaps and maybe. The first incarnation sneers. I seek answers. This is what has allowed us to get this far. He looks at the third incarnation with contempt. If we had left life in your hands, we wouldn't even a fraction of the truth we now possess. And in that truth lies power. He turns to you. You really realize that when we merge. Okay, now we'll do this straight through and hope I get it right. I hope. I'm ready to merge with you. So be it. His eyes become grey like mist, and he gives you a slight smile in his anticipation. You'll see what this mind has in store. You lock gaze with him. His eyes are like stones, and they start to drag you down. Lock gaze with him and try and force him to merge with you. It would be bad if he absorbs you, because that'd be the end right there. At least I guess. As you swim in the corridor of his mind, the first emotion you encounter is surprise, and his eyes widen. He's not absorbing you. Your will is stronger, and it's consuming him. You feel him desperately trying to pull back, but he cannot. He is too weak, and your will blocks his retreat while drawing him deeper into your subconscious. This is the last time we shall ever speak. Return to death where you belong. He looks incredulous for a moment, then he disintegrates, and you feel a rush of knowledge pouring through you, fighting your surface. So much too much to absorb at once, and you find yourself disoriented. So much knowledge, so many experiences that... As quickly as occurred, the rush subsides, and you steady yourself. The bits of knowledge swirl about you in your mind, and you will make sense of them later. For now, only one piece of knowledge is important. That the incarnation did not know how to leave this place. He lied. He tricked you into surrendering. Damn it! Not that I asked him about it. Now let's ask the paranoid one. Man before you resembles you, but his back is hunched, as if permanently afraid of being struck. He is watching you warily, and he hisses as you approach. His hands clenching as if waiting to strangle you. His arms are horribly gnarled and scarred, as if they had been dunked into a stream of acid. And his left arm looks like it's holding on to by a thread, literally. Who are you? No! That you will not last long in this place, Dave! Spittle flies from the man's mouth, and his face twists into a maddening grin. Mazes and regrets and death are all that are here! What do you mean? You are a thief! The incarnation's hands twist as if wrapping around your neck. I will feel the bones of your neck snap beneath my fingers. Take my body back! You wear my body like a cloak and you shame me! I am no thief, I stole nothing from you. You stole everything! I woke on the streets of the Ring City and all who saw me knew me! Takes a rasping breath. All that you had done, all that you had harmed, they were waiting for me, blaming me, hurting me, until I couldn't take the voices anymore. His fingers grasp air, and I had to make them silent. And we want to do number 2, I think. You're the one who killed the linguist, Finn. You weren't you. Then you wrote the Dodecahedron Journal in the language of the Uyo. He fixes you with a weary eye. He seems just looking at you is making him uncomfortable. You want to talk to him in the language of the Uyo to calm him down, because he is not happy. As you speak the language of the Uyo, the incarnation's eyes widen and he stares at you. After a moment of silence, he replies in the same language. Only I know the language of the Uyo. How do you know it? You are correct. You are the only one who knows the language of Uyo. So if I know the language of Uyo, I must be you. He is silent, staring at you. It is these others who are not you, for they do not know the language of the Uyo. He nods slowly. I hear you. Space confuses one's perceptions. We are both you, and now we must become as one. He looks frightened. To your surprise, he reverts to normal speech, and all the inflections in his voice are gone. It is calm, level, and much like your own. I no longer wish to live like this. You no longer have to. All the pain and worry and torment of your existence, I will wipe it away. He looks at you, and you watch as the incarnation loses its mad gleam. His eyes become more like you. Like your own. Yes. I'll protect you now. You will know peace. But that's all you ever wanted, isn't it? The incarnation relaxes at your words, his eyes dimming as he locks gazes with you. There is the faintest of whispers, and he falls silent. He falls to the black stones with his collapse. You feel a crawling sensation in the back of your skull. And we get a strength and constitution boost permanently. And 64,000 periods. And there is a flood of memories and strength and emotions. And you steady yourself, dizzy for a moment, and then your vision clears, and you are yourself once more. Now, ooh, 188. And our stats are getting higher. And now we have the good incarnation, the important one. The man before you resembles you. His face seems calmer somehow. Gives you a slight smile as you approach, and he nods, as if in approval. Are you alright? Who are you? Have we ever had a name? Or was it just the first of us? The man chuckled softly. Know that I am your ally in this. I, like the others, have died my death in your mind. And this figment is all that remains. But who are you? His smile fades, and he looks at you with concern. This must be disorienting for you. Let me try and explain. I am one of your incarnations. I was once lost, but now I am here again. How is that possible? I do not know. Whatever you touched within the fortress has brought pieces of yourself to the surface. He pauses for a moment, thinking. One of the others may know the means of how this came to be, but it is beyond me. If you're a part of me, there are things I must know. Ask. Now, you don't want to merge with them. You have to make sure to follow a specific quest path. I actually tried this once before and screwed up, and because I missed several questions I should have asked the practical incarnation. One of the things you definitely want to ask is, I have countless lives. Why are there only 3 incarnations here? I do not know. Perhaps we were the 3 pieces that were somehow still present in your mind. Present how? I do not know for sure, but I would guess that when we die, traces of the former personality may remain in your mind. And I know that sometimes we may make ourselves felt. How? When you're about to place yourself in danger or work close to realization, for example, I found that I could stir, help you, prod you in the right direction. So you are the crawling sensation I keep feeling in the back of my skull. I would be at a loss to describe how it felt to you, but it is possible, yes. There's something else I would know. You said that when we die, there are traces left in mind. That's what caused you all to emerge, right? My understanding may not be complete, but yes, that seems to be the case, and we make ourselves felt in small ways. So is it possible that the first of us, the real one of us, before all the incarnations might still be buried somewhere in my mind? 96,000! The expression on the incarnation's face flickers for just a moment. But it is like a window, and you suddenly realize who it is you're speaking to. You were the first of us. The incarnation's eyes take on a haunted look, and its gaze turns away from yours. I know what you're thinking. But it is not the case. You think that knowing the mind of the first of us will help somehow help you here, in this place. It will not. But why? I have so many questions that you can answer. Why have we become immortal? Why? Because if we truly die, the incarnation looks up at you and his eyes are like steel. Death's kingdom will not be paradise, not for us. If you spoke to the others that were here, know that a fraction of the evil of their lives is but a drop of water compared to the evil of mine. That life, that one life, even without the thousands of others, has given us a seat in the lower planes for eternity. But you seem so much calmer, more well-intentioned. I became that way, yes, because for me, his voice takes on a strange echo. It is regret that may change the nature of a man. He sighs. Ha ha! The true answer! But it was too late. I was already damned. I found that changing my nature was not enough. I needed more time. I needed more life. So I came to the greatest of the Grey Sisters and asked her for a boon. To try and make me live long enough to rectify all the damage I had done. To make me immortal. And Ravel did. But when she first tested your immortality and killed you, you forgot everything. Everything. He looks broken. And the planes have been dying ever since. The crime is great and the blame is mine. There's so many questions I have for you. Who are you? What was your life like? Who? The incarnation shakes his head, cutting you off. When I become no more, when I merge with you, you will have the answers you seek. It may take some time to sort them out, but they are there. He smiles ruefully. It's difficult to communicate a life with words. Very well then, we shall become one. Are you ready? One last thing. Just this. The incarnation pauses for a moment, searching your features. Before I return to oblivion, there is something I would know. I can spare a little time for this. What you wish to know. He steadies your eyes, expression somber. Did you live your life? The brief life you had? In the end, was it worth it? This life seems to have only caused suffering for myself and others. I would see it end and the plains allowed peace once more. He nods, and for a moment you think he's going to say something, but then he collapses, the life running out of him and into yours. As he falls to the black stones, you feel a crawling sensation in the back of your skull, making you shiver, and you know the incarnation is no more.
I feel stronger.
And we leveled up for that, again. Not like it freaking matters. $194. This is gonna hurt. Damn it to hell! Oh, that sucks. But now that we've learned everything we needed to, we can now use the bronze sphere. As you hold the sphere up this time and examine it, you feel the memories of the first of your incarnations stirring within you, but it's not an instant or driving force. It's not like an insistent or driving force, sorry. It is calm, like the thoughts of a man walking across a great distance to speak to a friend he hasn't seen in ages. As you feel his presence in your mind, you see a sphere in a different light. Not as ugly or hideous, but as something precious, like a newborn child. The sphere is the repository of your last moments, before you met Revel on the Grey Waste, and asked the impossible of her. You know why you asked her, and you know that all you need to do is touch the surface of the sphere with both your hands and feel regret, and the stone will open itself to you. Clasp the stone and feel regret. The sphere wrinkles in your hands, the skin of the sphere peeling away into the tears and turning into a rain of bronze that encircles you. Each droplet, each fragment that enters you, you feel a new memory stirring. A lost love, a forgotten pain, an ache of loss. And with it comes the great pressure of regret. Regret of careless actions, the regret of suffering, regret of war, regret of death. And you feel your mind begin buckling from the pressure. So much all at once, so much to try, so much damage done to us, so an entire fortress may be built from such pain. Try to focus, keep your center. And suddenly, through the torrent of regrets, you feel the first incarnation again. His hand, invisible and weightless, is upon your shoulder, steadying you. He doesn't speak, but with his touch, you suddenly remember your name. And it's such a simple thing, not at all what you thought it might be. And you feel yourself suddenly comforted in knowing your name, your true name. You know that you have gained back your most important part of yourself. In knowing your name, you know yourself. And you know now there is very little you cannot do. The first incarnation's hand is gone from your shoulder, and he is watching you with a slight smile. That was my name all along? But if I was... First incarnation holds his finger to his lips, silencing you. He nods at the symbol at your arm, as if indicating you should make use of it. Examine your arm. The symbol of torment, seems brittle somehow, as if only barely holding itself to your skin. Unconsciously, you reach out and peel it from your arm. It gives way to a slight with a slight resistance, like peeling off a scab. As you hold the symbol, you know you can harness its power. It no longer rules you. I no longer wear the symbol. Does that mean... As you're halfway through your question, you realize there is a heavy silence within your mind. You can no longer feel the presence of the first incarnation with you. Take the symbol of torment.
I feel stronger.
And we have gained the symbol of torment. Invokes Rune of Torment. The strip of flesh holds the symbol of torment you have always worn. It peeled away from your arm when you realize your true name. The symbol no longer rules you, and you may harness its power to bring retribution against your enemies. Merely holding it and invoking its power will summon all the pain and suffering from your past incarnations upon your foes. It's now an attack item. And we leveled up again. Wow. Oh my god, 6? Holy cow! Wow! We can take... Oh my god, we're level frickin' 25. Our memorization spells have gone through the roof. I don't know why I'm even bothering. And, oh my god. Now, let's see, wait. Now, let's save here. Yeah, because I did this before. Wow. Nameless. We're still nameless right now. Oh, we can rest here too. That's awesome. We can now rest. 261 HP. We are a literal boss! And we only have one final bit of business to take care of. And everyone knows what that business is. So, exactly how much is going to happen in the next part? I don't know, but we're going to find out in the final episode of the BygMan Plays Planescape Torment. Till then, it's Big Fatty Plus, sayonara. Oh, Chris by Bormac, sorry. And at this rate, I have two options of which I could go to fight to end this next part here. And I think I'm going to try both of them. I might. I really just want to jump in the game and beat the hell out of the final boss, what he did to Anna, but yeah. All this is actually because our first incarnation did something so horrible. Yeah, I wish I knew what he did. What the hell's his name even? What's his name, like Bud or something?